Hello everyone! Before we start this video, I'd like to repeat that I have made separate social media accounts for all game-related stuff on Twitter and Instagram. So if you're only interested in my games and not necessarily in me, you are free to follow me there. Note that these accounts aren't very active yet, but I'm hopeful that it will change soon. Anyways, I want to mention that this devlog will be very short, and that's due to the structure of this week, and I want to warn all of you who are following me in these logs regularly that this will possibly apply to the next 2 or 3 devlogs as well. This is due to me getting my driver's license, and that's also the reason why I am 2 days behind on schedule. This week I had my theoretical exam on Friday, which I passed with 0 mistakes, thank you very much. And in the next 2 weeks I will be preparing for the practical exam, which will be at the end of November, so wow, I'm very freaking anxious about that. So I took Thursday off to prepare for my exam. This is why I didn't work on that day, and because after the exam on Friday I was a spineless, unusable mess, because all the stress and anxiety just went whoosh, gone, and I was basically dead for the entire day. I remember me and my dad just taking like leaving our rooms for some things to get, and we both were like, yeah, we're both taking a nap, and then we woke up at 5. So in the next weeks I will try to catch up, but because of the increased amount of driving lessons I'm taking, I'm not sure how that will go. Also, next week I will have to talk with my professor about the current progress of my game, which I'm a little dreadful about, because again I have been missing out on quite a few days and I haven't made as much progress as I'd personally like. That's because some issues I mentioned in the last devlog, if I remember correctly. I hope I mentioned that, because I didn't manage to write them in the script this time and I'm kind of in a hurry, so sorry. About what I did this week, again, it's not much, but it's progress nonetheless. I started making the final in-game sprites. I also prepared some promotional artwork that I will be making in my free time for the game, just for social media and the HIO page that the game will later be on. I also continued working on the new version of the prologue that gives basically the illusion of being able to choose your character. I mentioned this in the last video, that I'm not giving the player the option to choose one of the 4 characters, and it's kind of a spoiler and I explained it then, but I do want to give the player the illusion of that, so I'm kind of finding a compromise at what the QA testers said. Yeah, I also edited and rendered last devlog for weeks 9 and 10, which is why you're getting a double upload tonight, and why this one is also shorter than usual, because I've been working on 2 devlogs in 1 week, plus having less time to efficiently work in my free time, basically. Yeah, that's mostly it. For next week, again, I'll be having increased driving lessons almost every day, so I expect my productivity to be halved. But I definitely be working on game art and writing, because that's what currently is priority A in my to-do list. So maybe I can even show you some new sprites next week. As for backgrounds, I'm not sure. I don't think I'll have any ready by the end of next week, but let's see. And yeah, that's it. Sorry that this video is so short, but the last one was longer, so it kind of cancels out, maybe. Anyway, yeah, social media is in the description, and I'd be glad to see you here next week again. Bye!